If you're clicking on the link of this video, yes, it is finally true. Modrith has finally addressed AI. About damn time as well, which is what I'm gonna say. I will link the whole blog post in the description, but this is me freshly going through it and reading through it, as this just happened about 2 hours ago, and I was not expecting this to happen today at all, as I just got home a few minutes ago. Okay, so I will link the video before, as I talked about this months ago back in April, about AI content on CurseForge and Modrith, but I mainly will be focusing on Modrith. I also do have a planned follow-up video that I've been working on for a while that I'm gonna now have to rewrite about the state, an updated state on AI, as this is really good from what I've briefly summary. So the overall summary for this is Modrith has been literally been flooded apparently constantly since the beginning of the year, with AI projects constantly, like, just like I said before, the quality, like, it's just the fact that there's so much that today they announced a set of new features and policies aimed at informing users about the things they want to know about a project before downloading, and they completely eliminated AI generated content, which means anything about creative mode, what I talked about before, gone. Like that's basically meaning creative mode will now stick to its own crappy platform, and Modrith will never have to deal with the consequences of it. But overall that there is also a lot of there is an update to the terms of use that I won't go into, as that's something that people have to read, and I probably will read in the future, but there is a new thing for content disclosure. So now content disclosure is available at the time now, apparently contains generated AI generated content, and the way they phrase it is it's a substantial amount of AI generated code. So I'm assuming what they mean is if it's like probably more than like I'm not too sure like the way it is, but it's more or less if you have AI generated code, you likely have generated a lot of it and not a small amount. So that there's that. Any assets that are substantially AI generated, basically meaning if you're just pumping out assets that are like fully AI and not editing them, ding, like you're getting dinged for that. The project design relies on the use of generative AI, as there's been AI mods in the past where they've done stuff like, I've added infinite amount of recipes to Minecraft or something like that. Or if any element of your project's pages, such as description they're publishing, relies on generative AI, which is I am so grateful for that, because just the amount of pages that just have emojis and everything on them, like, this is not human written. So nice. But they also decided to add more, as I kind of think I do like the rest of this. Contains advertising, obviously really self-explanatory. Promotion, sponsorship promotion, or anything like that. Paid features, which I am grateful, because it's funny because I don't understand why mods would have paid features in the first place. So that's great that they're addressing that. And then the next thing is telemetry data. I'm happy about that, because what a lot of people don't know about Axiom is there's actually a kill switch built into the mod that allows them to deactivate the mod at any point in time. So the fact that they have that basically means, I'm pretty sure that technically does fall under it, as it's sending data back and forth on a port. So it's technically going to count as telemetry. I can't say it, telemetry data, but that's nice. But the next one contains derivative content, which is basically just, if you fork a mod, you have to disclaim it. So any of these new Orspawn mods that have come out that are like pretty good, like the newest one is Anarchy, which I do want to take a look at one time, but now they have to declare it as a derivative, because it's based on Orspawn, but it's completely original, and they also they want you to say why it's different and stuff like that. They also put a photosensitivity warning, which is, I'm not surprised, never had. They've never done that before, which is something I hope happens again. And the one that's going to kill a lot of what's it called? oh, there's horror mods that like say, oh, I know your name. Yeah, they literally say the most common usage is some horror mods. So it contains external system interactions. Yeah, adding creepy files and stuff like that. And then they they updated archive, which is useful as I have uh archived projects myself, and this is just great. And they now have an official sixth thing on their content rules, which is uses of generative AI. Your products. So I'm just going to read this out. Projects must forthright and honest about the use of generative AI in their production, publication, and within the project itself. Projects cannot be entirely primarily composed of content created or derived from generative AI output. Oh, hallelujah. It's so nice. But the disclosure of AI generated content, you must apply the appropriate one, which basically means it's if they think you're lying, they can just take your content down now if they think it's gone. But the other one, this is the one that I love. The complete prohibited AI generated content 6.2. No image. Part A. No images uploaded to gallery, icon, description, or any other part of the project page may be created or derived from generative AI output. Any such images may be removed. And then part B is projects may not be published publicly if the contents are primarily or entirely of product of an AI output. Hallelujah. I am so grateful they did that. That is the best part of this, because now when you open Modrith, you will no longer see just 20 million pictures of slop. The only thing is, though, and I understand this, they do have the enforcement will not be taking place until September 27, 2026, which is in 45 days. I don't care about that, because after that, it's basically a case of, hey, get your stuff together. If not, your stuff's going to get nuked, which is, I'm so grateful. And the terms of use, it's great, because I just noticed this at the bottom. It says a terms of use update. Would you like to know what it is? And it's the most lovely thing ever. It's people can no longer legally train their shitty AI tools on any mod on the platform. Is if I'm understanding this right, and I think I am. This is great. And they did, and a larger one will be addressed in the future, since the last update was 2023. Who knows? But this is the first big Modrith news coming out of them since they were bought out by Spark Universe. And for me, this is great. This is what needed to happen, no matter how you spin it. I'm sorry, but this is great. And if you think banning AI content is not good, do not come to my channel. Do not comment on my videos. Do not comment and be crying that your content's going to get removed. I have been very outspoken about this, and I will be even more outspoken this when I do another follow-up video to my original video back in April, as I encourage you to go watch it, as that was at the point of before everything started to boil over and a lot more bigger creators were making content on it. But I warned people, and I said to people back then, and I didn't really warn people directly, but I said this is going to become an issue, and shocker, it did. But this is Modrith definitely finally getting a grasp on it, as there has been talks in that Discord server, in the Modrith Discord server, for ever since they got bought by Spark, about banning AI content, and I'm very happy to see this. This is unexpected, though, and I'm very grateful for Modrith for doing this, as this will definitely help smaller mods, as it is nice to see this. Now, I just hope CurseForge can follow suit and do the exact same thing and make the platform better. Modrith, thank you. And thank you all for watching, and have a good day.